I guess that's it. That's all we get. I just wanted to hear the entire Shock House Dallas theme song. Yeah, I should have listened to the whole thing all the way through. I'd have realized that it cuts off there at the very end.
That's all right. I'll work on it.
It's Cece and Keith, and I, of course, am the aforementioned Pugs. Hold on. I'm like, if I'm going to be over here, I can't do the show like this. This is, I'm going to have to rearrange everything. Hold on. Let me see. Nope. No. Well, that's not bad, but still,
Can't see you.
This is good. I like this because I'm a radio guy, and I really don't like the whole intrusion. So I'm just going to do the show like this. Welcome to episode 1 of the Shock House Dallas live stream. How irritating. All right, I'm going to obviously have to do this. All right, let's do this there we go. All right, I can do it like this. There we go.
Reporting live from his Taliban cave is Keith. He's gotten better. Look, he's got a sign behind him now.
Yeah, Keith popped into the little. I was working here in the studio, and Keith popped in about an hour ago, and I'm like, "What the fuck is he doing?" And he's like, "I just don't want you making fun of me about my background." It's very awkward.
It did happen.
It was a little awkward, wasn't it?
It was quite awkward. I just put it on mute and just froze and acted like I wasn't there.
You weren't expecting me to be there. You just popped in. You just thought, but look at me. Hi, boys. How are you?
Doing great.
How you doing?
Doing good. Eating some fantastic dots. Love me some dots.
A wholesome dinner.
Look at us. We look like a bunch of slobs. You know what? Seriously. I just caught a look at myself. I'm like, I didn't change. I had a different shirt I was going to wear, but this was my laying around the studio because I do my live stream every day at noonish. Today it was at 2. I do a live stream every day, and then I just had nothing but like 3 hours to kill around here, so I get into my comfy clothes, which is just an old jersey and stuff. And then you guys, I thought the show was going to start at like 7. For some reason, I thought that's what time you guys get back.
I said 6. I'll be there at 6.
All right. Very good. Well, then we can do this at 6 on Wednesdays if that's something you guys are into.
Oh, yeah.
This is something we can do. All right. Very good. What is it, though, that we do here? You guys have any idea? Just
guy talk. Just bullshit around.
Well, here's the thing. The world needed a bunch of, moderately talented, sort of interesting dudes sitting around talking about their day. And I think that that's what we're here to provide for the good people of Dallas.
Yeah, people need to know. People need to know.
I do want to talk about some things, and I'm sure you guys have some stuff on your mind as well. I want to talk about the draft. I want to get heavy in the draft here. We're going to do sports, but we're not just sports. We're going to do sports as it connects to fandom and everything else that entails. Guy talk is essentially what I would say this. But I do want to talk about the draft because we've been sort of dancing around it the last couple of times the three of us have gotten together, but we never really got into what our wish list is, what we think is going to happen. Now, how are you guys draft dorks like I am? I'm a draft dork, man.
I'm not. I mean, I am just your casual fan. I mean, if I really was like put a gun to my head and get down to the facts and the players, yeah, I can do that. But to me, I'm just big names where they're going.
You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. Here's why I'm a draft dork. It's because my team, the Chicago Bears, has been picking like number 1, number 2 for the last 4 years. So I have been like just complete. You are right. Back when we were, picking normally like 15, 16, 20, something like that, I didn't care much because you assume like the best players are going to be gone. But in the last couple of years, my team has been so piss poor that we've been picking at the top. And so I have just become accustomed during the offseason of getting really into the draft. And that is not changed this year. My team is picking 10. Cowboys are picking 12. Okay, so let's get into it. Just out of the box here. Cowboys are picking at 12. Keith, let me ask you, you are a diehard Cowboy fan. What are the Cowboys' chief needs? Are you drafting for needs or are you drafting for You know, Jerry likes his flashy new toys.
Yeah, he does.
Need them.
I mean, look, we need an offensive lineman, but I think they're going to go wide receiver. I think they're going to take Matthew Golden from Texas. I don't know for sure, because I'm not one of these draft guys, these gurus, but
Yeah.
I could see them going. If they don't take a wide receiver, then they got to take an offensive lineman. They have to replace Zach Martin and Tyron Smith and all those guys leaving.
So then, CC, let me ask you this as a Cowboy fan, because again, I can't really speak with any authority on this because I'm not this level of Cowboy fan. My 15-year-old son could. What is the Cowboys' chief need? Now, I know you might have needs, but what is the most important need for the Cowboys?
Most important need for the Cowboys is protection for Dak.
Yeah.
That's
offensive line.
Yeah.
Offensive line. Okay, so you're in luck because this happens to be an incredibly deep draft at the interior offensive line, save for the center position. There is no real good centers in this draft, but you've got you want to know something that I'm getting tired of hearing? I'm getting tired of hearing about college left tackles who they fit better as a guard in the pros. I'm so tired but anyway, there's a shit ton of guards. There's a shit ton of left tackles that might be guards. So what is the greatest need for the Cowboys, CC? You just said it. Interior offensive line.
Interior offensive line, yeah.
All right, so at 12, Keith, you still want to take a wide receiver in what is pretty much a lame-ass wide receiver draft? I mean, seems like
we need one. Like, we have to have one. And I think if you don't take one early, I mean, I guess it's kind of deep for wide receivers too. I don't really care. You know what?
It's not flashy for wide receivers.
No, it's not.
It's a bad draft for wide. It's a bad skill position draft, really. It's a bad quarterback draft. It's a bad wide receiver draft. It's an okay cornerback draft. This draft is super deep at running back and trenches, both sides of the ball. So, I mean, I don't know if the Cowboys are picking at 12.
Yeah.
And you're drafting for need, and your need is wide receiver, but it's not a great wide receiver draft. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I saw the latest mock draft from ESPN, and they got McMillan from Arizona, the wide receiver, as the 12th pick for the Cowboys. So, who knows?
I've seen that mocked a bunch to the Cowboys at number 12. But here's the crazy thing about Ted McMillan. He's just like the default receiver that everybody is talking about, because the number 1 ranked receiver in college football is also the number 1 ranked corner, and that's Travis Hunter.
That's Travis Hunter.
Which let's talk about him for a minute.
Unfortunately, he's going to Cleveland.
Probably.
Cleveland. Okay. So what is he going to be in the NFL?
I want him to be a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Wide receiver first is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
Deion Sanders, man.
Yeah.
Going to play both. In Cleveland, you got to play both.
But who's throwing you the ball?
That's the other question.
Yeah, exactly.
He's such a weird pick to consider. He's so strange because I don't know if I think he might be a blue wide receiver, blue chip a top wide receiver. I think he's number 1. A lot of people have him but ranked as the number 1 wide receiver in the class. But also people have him ranked as the top corner in the class.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's just a reflection of him as a superhero or if it's just, again, a reflection that this is a bad draft for wide receivers and corners. This is not a deep draft for those guys. Don't the Cowboys also need a running back?
Yeah,
the Cowboys need a lot, to be honest with you. They need a lot. And, I'm hearing rumbles that they could potentially make some trades during tomorrow's draft. So that could impact something.
Yeah, me too. I'm hearing about a trade up to 10 with the Bears. Bears trading back, getting a 4th in return and trading back 2 spots. I love that. I'll get a 4th for trading back 2 spots and getting the same fucking player we were going to get at 10. And because Jerry's panicking, I'll take that. So, I mean, how far though, who are you trading up for as the Cowboys in these scenarios? Is it Genty? Is it Warren?
I think it's Genty.
I think it's Genty too. Yeah.
I think he's a generational type player. I could see your Bears maybe trading with the Jags and going to getting Genty at 5.
At 5. Oh, nah.
There's people that
Cowboys, I could see doing that. Bears, nah.
Well, who's y'all starting running back right now?
Swift, DeAndre Swift and Roshan Johnson. Those are our two running backs. We're not saying we're rolling with them. We're going to get a running back, but this is a super deep draft. You don't have to pick a top 10 pick at running back. We can get Moran at 39 if we just sit there and wait. You know, there's the other kid, Trevion Henderson. They got two in the backfield from Ohio State who are going to go in the first two rounds, Judkins and Henderson. I mean, it is lousy with running backs in this draft. So you got to wonder, do you want to spend a top 10 pick on Ashton Gentry? Is he that much better? Or can you get another good back like Omarion Hampton if you sit and wait 20, 30
I mean, if they're comparing them to Saquon Barkley and what Saquon did last year, might want to take that chance with him.
But isn't this new? Like, I remember as recently as like a month ago where people were like, well, he's great, but he's no Bijan. And now everybody's like, he's so much better than Bijan. He hasn't played a fucking game and he hasn't run a 40. He won't run his 40 at the combines and he won't run his 40 at his pro day. He's hiding his 40. Yeah. I don't, and all of a sudden, without doing anything and hiding his 40, he has gone from a guy who a month ago wasn't as good as Bijan to a guy that is the greatest ever. That's draft hype. That is insane.
Draft hype. That's a slow day at ESPN, and they got to get something out there. Let's hype it up.
Have you watched his highlights? His highlights are great, but everybody's highlights are great. You know who he got his ass handed to by? The Big Ten. Anytime Ashton Gentry played the Big Ten last year, he got his ass handed to him. Now, he had a pretty good game against Oregon, but that's the exception. He got his butt handed by Ohio State. He got hit when he played non-Boise State. Have you ever seen Boise State's schedule? Seen some of the schools they play? Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, so come on. I mean, I don't know. I'm not completely sold on him out of Boise State as being the new Barry Sanders, especially since he won't run his 40. I'd feel better with Omarion Hampton. You know, I like that guy to North Carolina better anyway.
Yeah, he is pretty good. He is really good. If I would have to take my choices between the two, I'd probably go with Hampton too, because Hampton's more of a running back stylish, like a Barry Sanders, like you're saying, like he'll cut in. Gentry is just full on blowing on, like I'm going to run into you like a Marshawn Lynch.
Genty is too small, I think, and he is. He's a little bowling ball. That's what he does. He breaks tackles, but I don't know that there's a whole lot of video of him running away from people. Keith.
Yeah, no, you guys are right, man. I mean, look, I can't argue with. I buy into the hype train too. You know, I watch a lot of these mock drafts. It's hard not to like see just the highlights and think, "Whoa, man, this guy's got it." But you know, the draft is deep this year. You can get a running back late this year. So
that's my point. And then, it's like every year we look at the people who are going to fall. And I think there's a chance Ashton Gentry starts to fall on draft night.
I think so. Ooh.
Yeah, I do. I think if the Raiders don't take him, then he's going to fall. Now, he won't fall past 10 because Ben Johnson will fucking grab him if he's there at 10. He will take him because we do have DeAndre Swift and we do need sort of an electric running back. And I think he's sold on him. But if he's not, I don't know. I'm not completely sold on him. He's little. He played at Boise State, and honestly, I think I'd rather go with one of the Ohio State guys or Omarion Hampton as a running back.
Yeah,
can't argue that.
I'm with you on that one.
All right, what else? Let's go back to Shedeur Sanders. We talked on him last week when it was announced that he wouldn't be going to the green room there in Green Bay where the draft is being held. Instead, he's having it at his own home. That's fine. The cameras will be there for him. What do you think happens with Shedeur? The big predictions of this week are that he is going to drop like a stone in deep water.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You're talking about how Gentry may fall. Shedeur is going to fall big time. I think he's going to fall. I think he's going to fall out of the top 20. I think he's going to be late 20s pick.
Okay.
Hold on.
I don't know if he's going to fall. I don't think he's going to fall that far. I think somebody will grab him before. You think he's going to go like with the Steelers at 21 maybe?
Honestly, I would love that pick for the Steelers. I mean, but it all goes back to the whole what's Aaron Rodgers going to do with Pittsburgh as well. So,
I think if Shedeur is sitting there at 21, the Steelers take him for sure. I think
Tomlin's the right
kind of coach. I think Tomlin could get a lot out of him. And like we talked about a week ago or so, man, Shedeur has that mentality. He was born and raised around being a star. I think he's got all the attributes you could ask for. I think he's a smart kid. I think he's going to be a good player in the NFL. I really do.
Trying to so what are you saying? 21 at Pittsburgh? If he's there look, I think 21 is about as far as he drops.
Yeah.
Right. When I say he drops, I mean I think he's going in the first round for sure.
Yeah.
But when I say he's dropping, that means he's not going to be in the top 10. He's probably not. If the top 15, if he's not picked by pick 15, then yeah, I think he's there for the Steelers to take at 21. But we were talking again a couple of months ago, Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward. That has completely changed. That narrative is gone.
Yeah. Cam Ward all the way.
Cam Ward, man. Cam Ward's the no-brainer. He's got to be the number one overall pick.
He's definitely the for sure number one pick to Tennessee. I can lock that one in.
Hey, if Shedeur is sitting there at 12 and Genty, let's say they're both sitting there at 12, do the Cowboys take one of those two guys?
Oh, they run up to the app. They take Genty. I don't know that they run up to take Shedeur because that'll just cause problems, and he's not going to be a day one starter because you
don't think Dion will call Papa Jerry?
No, I think that if Genty and Shedeur are there at 12, I think that they go Genty. But I think if Shadeur's there at 12,
yeah,
I wouldn't. Genty's gone and Shedeur is there and Jerry's looking. I don't know, man.
I think he takes them all day. He takes them.
He's made
There's
worse.
No doubt about it.
Dion's got his personal phone and it goes right to the draft room.
Yeah, probably. All right, now let's talk about Cam Ward because he is pretty much the consensus number one overall pick. Just about every mock that I've seen over the past couple of months has him going number one overall to the Titans. If you were a Titan fan, now this is easy for us to say. It's a no-brainer. The Titans will take him. If you were a Titans fan, would you be excited about this, having the number one pick in this particular quarterback year? Because I'll tell you, I don't think Cam Ward is a lock for anything.
No,
I know that no big quarterback hype job is a lock, but just among that class, I think Cam Ward is number one because there is no obvious number one quarterback this year.
Agreed.
Right. Yep. Agreed. And if I was the GM of Tennessee, I would, this is why I'm not a GM, but I would pass on him and I would pick up Abdul Carter as my number one pick.
That should be your number one pick. Yeah.
I would take him over Cam Ward.
Absolutely. You wait it out.
But I think the reason why they're doing this is to get, the superstar name, because they're about to build this multi-million-dollar stadium in downtown Nashville, and they got to sell tickets.
Do you want another season of Will Levis? I mean, I think you have to take Cam.
I don't know. Will Levis to me is fun to watch because I feel like he's coked out most of the time anyway.
Come on, bro.
Here's how I'm okay with that.
Coke face.
Here's how I'm okay with if I'm a Tennessee Titans fan, and I certainly am not, but I do not take Cam Ward at number one. I do take Abdul Carter. That's a no-brainer. He is the best player in the draft. He's make your argument for Travis Hunter. That's fine. I'll listen. But I think Abdul Carter is the best player in this draft. You run up, you take him first. Then, first pick in the second round, you take a Jackson Dart or a Jalen Milrose. That's where you get your quarterback. You've still got Will Levis. Just let Will Levis play one more year and then develop one of these other quarterbacks and see if you got something. Don't waste your number one pick on a guy that might not be the guy.
And Milroy's got a cannon on him.
So what happens? So Cam Ward doesn't go number one. Where does he fall in this draft then?
It'd be Giants will pick him up easy on 3. I think.
I think Cleveland just looks past him.
Yeah, Cleveland's probably locked in on Travis Hunter, and then the Giants would probably, if Cam Ward's there, Giants would pick him up easily.
Do we have a draft day situation like the great Kevin Costner movie where if he doesn't go number one, does everybody start to panic and nobody knows why Titans aren't taking him at number one?
So such an underrated movie, by the way.
Me and my son watched it.
So great.
Me and my son watched it on Easter. It's a tradition for us draft week. We always got to watch draft day.
Great movie. Great movie.
For Christ's sake, would you at least act like you called me? Talking to the GM of the Seahawks. Draft day. All right. So what were we saying? I forgot what I was talking about.
I was just saying Cam Ward, if he drops, who picks him up? And
so let's see. I don't think Cleveland takes him at 2. I think they're going with Travis Hunter. The New York Giants.
Yeah. I think he's nailed it.
most drafts have Abdul Carter going to the Giants.
Yeah. If somehow the Titans, don't take or somehow they do take Carter, I think they just do a switch. I think Cam Ward goes to the Giants.
So you think Travis Hunter's locked in at number 2?
I think Travis Hunter's locked in number 2 to Cleveland.
I think Cleveland is definitely into Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
And they got Myles Garrett. I mean, my God, if Cleveland took Abdul Carter and put him on the other end, forget about it. They don't need
Holy cow.
But I don't think they'll do that. I think they're going to go with this, curiosity weapon in Travis Hunter. It's probably a good pick for them. Let's see, where do we go? So if Cam, that's interesting. If Cam Ward doesn't get taken by the Tennessee Titans, man, I'm sorry. I just don't think he's a top 10 quarterback. I just don't.
I'm with you. With you. The quarterback class this year in the draft is weak. Very weak.
It is so rare to have the number 1 overall pick, and to have the number 1 overall pick in a year where there's a fucking horseshit quarterback class just sucks, especially when you don't have a quarterback.
Right.
Let me ask you this about Cam Ward. Let's say Cam Ward is in where does Cam Ward go last year? If Cam Ward is in last year's quarterback class, which was considered a very good quarterback, then we have 5 quarterbacks taken in the first 6 or 7 picks.
Yeah, we did.
Cam Ward goes 2nd round last year.
Oh, right. Man.
Does Cam Ward go before Bo Nix did? Bo Nix was the last of the top tier quarterbacks to go in last year's draft. No fucking way does he go before Bo Nix.
Yeah, you're right. Now that I'm looking at, because Bo Nix is a much better quarterback in my opinion, but Cam Ward, the fact that if he goes number 1, it solely is because the competition in this draft is not good.
It's because we're a quarterback-starved league, and any team with the number 1 pick thinks they need to invest in a quarterback with that pick. That's a delusion.
And they're already looking ahead of next year. They're looking ahead. They're waiting to promote Arch in his second coming. Arch Manning, the second coming. They're going to promote the shit out of Arch Manning.
Tennessee skips on Cam Ward. They take Abdul Carter, and next season they go and try to get
what they should do.
Somebody way better, I guess. Arch Manning.
Whatever. Will Levis. Let's see what we got. Build yourself a motherfuck of a defense, okay? And then worry about your offense.
Right.
Let's go, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another question for you. Okay, a couple of years back, coming out of Ohio State, played in the national championship game. Justin Fields went to number 11 in a class where Trey Lance went number 4. Where does Cam Ward go in that class? Come on. You're not taking Cam Ward before Justin out of Ohio State?
Oh, no. Justin coming out of Ohio State was the hot topic. I think Cam Ward in that
draft, just to refresh your memory, that draft was Trevor Lawrence number 1, Trey Lance number 4, and then I don't believe we had another quarterback until Justin at 11, and then I think we got Mac Jones at like 13 or 14.
Mac Jones.
Hey, I'm on record. Trevor Lawrence, I said it the day he was drafted. I think Trevor Lawrence is a bust as well. Just saying.
I think Cam gets picked. I think Cam gets picked before
Mac Jones.
Maybe.
No way. I'm sorry. I just don't think he does. I think Cam Ward is a consensus number 1 quarterback because there's nothing but garbage in this quarterback class. Probably because a whole bunch of them came out last year early, right? So
yeah.
Look, draft day situation, it's going to happen now. He's going to fall all the way out of the first round.
I don't think so, but that would be fun, and we would have predicted it here. Yes. I don't know. If I was a Tennessee Titans fan, I would be livid that they're going to go with Cam Ward and
not Abdul Carter.
What's his ceiling? What's his comp? Jameis Winston? I mean, what are you talking about?
That's not fair, man. At least
he's a hell of a motivational speaker.
Come on. Look, I like Jameis Winston, man.
You do. You love you some Jameis Winston.
Hell yeah, he slings it, man.
Well, I don't know about that, but Jameis Winston.
The other defenders.
Jameis Winston, the dude, like if you've ever seen him just as a dude out on the street, he seems like a really cool guy.
Really cool.
I really like cool that guy. But I don't want him as my quarterback, Keith. I'm sorry.
I don't either.
No.
All right, so you guys are both wanting wide receivers, right? Or best available running back, or whatever for your Cowboys.
Just make it good. Make it good.
I want an offensive tackle. I want an offensive lineman.
At 12, you're going to probably still have access to Kelvin Banks Jr., who is in many people's estimation the best pure left tackle in this draft.
That's the one thing about Cowboys is they know how to draft offensive line.
Yeah, they do.
They do draft offensive linemen.
They do.
So that would be good for you guys.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Kelvin Banks. A lot of people have the Bears taking him at 10, but I don't know. There's other, I want my Bears to take another tight end. That's who I'm hoping for at 10. I want this Colston Loveland or Tyler Warren. I don't care. I've heard so much nonsense about the tight end class this year about how these are two elite tight. It started out with everything was Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren. That was the narrative for the first 6 weeks of the offseason. And then all of a sudden, because someone was desperate to sound interesting, they went, no, it's not Tyler Warren, it's Colston Loveland. And now everyone's talking about Michigan's tight end, Colston Loveland. So that's what I'm hoping I hope we get another tight end. I want to see Ben Johnson run some fucking crazy 12-man personnel with 2 tight ends, Cole Kmet, and maybe now we're going to add in this tight. I love it. That's what I want. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go.
It's a luxury pick, but I don't care. I don't.
It sounds like a nice little plan. I think that's actually a really good pick. I would like to get Will Campbell if he's still around, and falls.
Oh.
But I'm just saying I would like it. He's not going to, but
yeah,
he's not. Even though everybody in there, they tried to make him fall with his short arms. Remember, he's one of these. He's got short arms. He's going to be a guard in the NFL. So if you think you're drafting a left tackle, shut up. Will Campbell looks like and is graded out as one of the best offensive linemen in college football last year. Number 1 ranked at his position, and now he's going to fall because his arms are an inch too short.
Got alligator arms.
I still take him, little arms and all. I'd take him.
I'd take him. Yeah, he's a man. The top. It looks like the top lineman in the draft this year. It was Sutton. It was or Campbell. Wait a second. I got the top cornerback and the top lineman confused. There's a Sutton and a Campbell. Who's the lineman?
Will Campbell.
Will Campbell is the lineman.
Is it Sutton? Who's the corner?
I believe so.
The corner out of Michigan, who's graded as the second best corner because Travis Hunter has to occupy 2 of those things.
Campbell is projected to go to the Patriots at number 4.
At number 4, and I hope he does. That means they're not scared of his short arms. That means they know they got it. But this Armand Membu, you watching this guy?
Yeah.
No.
Armand
Membu. I don't know
Membu.
much about him, but I see everybody talking about him.
Oh, he's shooting up the draft board. Old short-armed Will Campbell. He's got nothing on old flavor of the week, Armand Membu. He got hot at the right time, man. He's going to end up being a top 10 pick when 3 weeks ago he was like top 20, top 25. But just because people constantly have to have new and interesting things to say, they start introducing these players into the narrative. And all of a sudden you got Colston Loveland being mocked at number 10. Which, it's just boredom. I'm big into the draft.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, go ahead. What else you guys got? CC, take the floor. What do you want to talk about here on this episode of Shock House Dallas?
Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
I find it very ironic that he's promoting these pills, so to speak. And now he's in some hot trouble. Does
he promote pills? He does?
Pills. Yeah.
I guess everybody does.
What's the name of these pills? This one, asking for a friend.
Dick pills.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Pills. Oh, hold on.
Blue Chew. Not sponsored. But yeah, Shannon Sharp, man. I think this whole situation is, we all know we're starting to really find out that Shannon Sharp is really just a freak in the bedroom. He is just a freak in the bedroom. He loves to be submissive, and I think in this case and scenario, I think maybe the girl that is suing him is a little butthurt.
Well, yeah. I mean, judging from some of the texts, she would be butthurt. Did you read some of those texts?
No.
Jesus. Oh my God. Seriously, I'm so jealous of Shannon Sharp's life. I want his life. Hold on. Let me see if we can see this girl. I'll show you a picture of her.
Yeah, I want to see this.
Oh, yeah. She's definitely bootylicious.
Hold on.
Oh man.
No, that's him. All right, hold on. Don't want him.
I don't want his butt.
One of these has a picture of her. I'm trying to find her.
Yeah. Hold up.
Nope, that's not it. Hold on. I should have been prepared. Should have been prepared for this.
It's all good.
So what's the accusation here? I don't know all the details about this.
RAPE.
Oh man.
Uh-huh.
But weren't they dating for a long time?
They were. He actually bought her some. Is this the one that he bought boobs for?
Yeah, that was his opening line to her.
Right.
He picked her up at the gym. They both work out at the same gym, and he walked up to her and he said, you'd be a lot hotter with fake boobs. I'll buy them for you.
Right.
And instead of her going, God, that is the creepiest fucking weird old guy ever, she went, I'm in love.
Oh,
man.
So,
Yeah.
And
then she said numerous times that he's very controlling, and yet she still stuck around. I don't get that, and then, it's just, I find it very ironic. There she is.
All right, there she is.
I find it very good Lord. I find it very ironic that he gets the nice little payday, and then this comes out.
Look, man, I don't want to say she's lying, but I think Pugs did it on the head. I mean, look, instead of telling him when he said you'd be a lot hotter with boobs, she jumped all over that opportunity. So,
right. Yeah.
All right, so let's get into what the charges are. She says that he raped her. She was trying to break up with him. She was in a relationship with him for a couple of years. It started when she was 20. She's now 23. It seems to me that when he was in LA, he would fly in, they'd hook up, he'd take her around. He's basically just some side piece, some young, dumb side piece that he is taking advantage of as a wealthy celebrity older man. Okay.
Right.
This is what happens. These are transactional relationships. She loved the cachet that she got by her association with this famous guy. And he loved being an old guy sticking it in this little 19-year-old. That was the transaction. Now, at some point, he decided, or this is me, I'm just projecting, but I think I know how this works. He decided, you know what? She's kind of dumb and says a lot of stupid things that like a 19, 20-year-old dingbat might, and I don't really love her, and I'm tired of poking her, so I'm going to start treating her poorly. Well, this is when she began to record phone conversations.
And the phone conversations are...
Yeah, I mean, look. She doesn't like it. She got used. I don't know if she's one of these women who thought that he was going to marry her and they'd have No, she's a young, hot girl, promiscuous girl, apparently, who put it all out there at the gym. She laid the bait. He took it. Now, let's talk about him. He's an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Did anybody not think Shannon Sharpe is an asshole? Because I got news for you. Everybody likes Shannon Sharpe, a guy who's been a blue chip athlete since he's 16 years old. Everybody has been bending over backwards and kissing this guy's ass forever. Do you know how that manifests itself in a personality trait? It's a guy who you don't want to take a parking spot from. Yeah. It's a guy that if you're in a restaurant and you get the table before him, he's going to throw a bitch fit. This is not the cool, charming guy that we see on Club Shay Shay, okay? He's a prima donna entitled bitch in his real life. And that's how he treats his women. He treats women like shit because he's a prima donna entitled bitch. All right? These are the people we're talking about here.
Wow. Yep. I mean, look at how him and Skip ended their relationship,
Skip, another prima donna entitled bitch.
Those two could not be in the same room together.
Those
two egos.
Hold on, though. Skip's got the added benefit of being bitter and jaded because he's not actually an athlete the way Shannon is. At least Shannon has that. Skip is a guy who doesn't belong there and is trying to, being an asshole is just all a part of how it manifests itself that I feel like I don't belong. But here's the thing. These are both garbage people. Okay, yeah. Shannon Sharpe has revealed himself in the text messages and in the audio conversations. He's a garbage person. Yeah. The way he talks to his girlfriend when she gets sideways with him is he says, "I'm gonna choke you. I'm gonna choke you in public." That's him.
Yeah.
Never seen that side of him on Club Shay Shay or on
No.
Get Up in the Morning, but apparently that's the real guy.
Taking them dick pills, you know, I guess that would do it, you know.
I can rant on this forever. You guys go. Tell me.
I mean, it's a deal that, you know, these athletes get themselves in trouble all the time. You know, they got to start learning, hey, you know, watch your P's and Q's and who you're hanging around with and what you're doing, because you are in the spotlight 24/7. And some of these guys just don't get it. And this is going to be another example. I mean, the fact that he offered her what, $10 million
just to not release these audio tapes that were released today. And that's because he knows that he is now, his brand is shit.
Yep.
There are no advertisers, no companies that want to attach themselves to him. And that's pretty much how he was going to make his money now for the rest of the way, being an influencer who brands gravitate to. This fucked him. Him and his lawyer offering her $10 million is because in their estimation, his brand viability was worth more than $10 million over the next couple of years.
Right.
And Tony Busby, who's the attorney for this girl, he probably agreed. He probably went, yeah, your brand viability is way more than 10 million. So fuck you. We want 50. That's where we are. This is a shakedown. These are two garbage people, two ships that passed in the night. He's a dick. He treats women like shit and he threatens to throttle them, you know, in the phone call, we heard that. But she's also a manipulative little tramp who laid this little pussy trap for him. And, you know, she's recording phone conversations.
Yeah.
That shows premeditation. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And the last thing I want to say is that, you know, her big charge here, the thing that's going to make him toxic, is that she claims that he raped her in 2024 and then raped her again in 2025, raped a couple of times. This is a civil case.
Yeah.
Okay. If she in fact was raped, and by the way, if she was raped, if I really did think this was some kind of horrible sexual assault by some 60-year-old fucking Hulk-like giant dude and some little 19-year-old girl, I would be appalled and I would be like, she's a victim. However, this is not a criminal case. She didn't go to the police with these charges.
That's right.
This is a shakedown for money. If he was a rapist, don't we need him off the streets?
Absolutely.
Isn't it her duty to make sure that he's put in handcuffs if he is, in fact, this horrible rapist that her attorney, Tony Busby, is painting him to be? So fuck all of these people. That's what I say.
That's what I'm talking about. Well said. It's a shakedown 100%.
Should we listen to some of the audio?
Please.
There you go. All right, here's the first piece of audio. This is, I believe, you know what? Actually, let's just go with it. Let's just listen to. Who knows? Who cares? Let's just listen. Here you go.
And you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Hold on. Can I just interrupt there for a second? Did he just say to her, and I love it if he did he just say to her, you want to be a dick to me?
Right. Yeah. I don't want you to be a dick to me anymore.
Is that it? I mean, it seems like don't be a bitch to me would be more appropriate.
Yeah, right. Right.
He went straight with
dick.
Dick. I don't know, man. That's that dick sponsor right there, man. It's the pills. Rotting the brain.
Pills.
It's a weird choice.
Yeah. I
I
agree.
don't know, have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you.
All right, so let's listen to that again, because that's kind of, she accuses him of manipulating her, and then he says, if you say that word to me one more time, I'm going to choke the shit out of you the next time I see you.
Right.
And then there's a long pause where she says nothing, and I swear to God, I think it's because she's making sure that got recorded.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Double checking.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Let's listen one more time.
To me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
I don't know, have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you.
She's checking.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Did I get that?
Yes, you do.
I don't want to be choked. Yeah, you do.
You're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
You want to be a dick to me?
I don't know, have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the out of you when I see you.
Did I get that? Yes.
Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
I don't want to be choked.
All right, there you go.
See, that right there, I think he's talking about like bedroom talk.
Yeah,
Like,
that made me want to choke myself, man. That was
Yeah.
terrible.
Like,
Well, here's the
choke
thing.
you.
In a vacuum, that clip sounds like he is threatening to choke her, right? When we just hear that little clip, it sounds like he's threatening to choke her, like this is how he dominates her by these threats. But then there were text messages that were released, text messages in which she, Gabby, tells him, I want to be abused by you. I want you to hardcore BDSM me. Okay, so now that first thing, I'm going to choke you when I see you, in a vacuum sounds bad. But then when
Right.
you add that to knowing that they have a relationship that is steeped in BDSM,
Yeah.
I need to hear more. I need more of context of what that was.
Let's not forget the leaked sex tape with him a couple months ago,
Right.
when his famous words on there was like, "Don't you submit to me? Don't you submit to me?"
That was her.
That was her.
That
good.
was
Oh,
Case closed. Come on, man.
case
go.
closed.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Here are some of the text messages. I want to read these. All right.
They're
I'm gonna
just in freaky shit. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, she's young, she's super hot. Like, okay, so let me read some of these to you. Okay, let's see. Can you read this? Maybe I make it bigger. That'll be better. I don't know. All right, so the first one, this is from her to Shannon Sharp. She says, I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and not put it in my ass, and you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. Okay. So she's saying that they have a history of rough sex.
Yeah.
They have a history of, him plowing through when she says no, right? But in this particular case, she is putting it in text message that no means no. This is more premeditation.
It's premeditation, 100%, man. It has to be, right? Like this has been plotted for a minute now.
I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. Okay.
That means there was history.
There was history of him putting it there before. Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. So then there's this. We'll come down here. This is another text that she sent. She said, I just don't know how to process all of this. Okay. So she's confused. He, knowing that you don't leave any evidence on text, he sends this one. Can I call you later?
Smart man.
Such a guy.
Smart man.
Call you later.
Yeah, it sounds like they were having a little bit of rough sex, and he may have just slipped it in.
Well,
he wasn't ready for it.
They do obviously have a history of rough sex. Here is a text now from Gabby to him. She says, I want to be abused, Daddy.
Heck, man.
Okay, so now we're getting some context as to what kind of sexual relationship they had and whether or not choking sounds like something that is outside the bounds of what she could reasonably expect. Because it sounds like, all right, here's the other one. She sends to him, I want like some hardcore BDSM action though. From Gabby to him. I want some hardcore. So, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not going to go down this whole road where we believe every woman all the time. This seems like a shakedown. She sounds like an artist. She sounds like she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
Just ask an NBA player about these girls.
OnlyFans account too, right?
OnlyFans. She's an OnlyFans performer. She's a whore. All right.
I guarantee you that shit's going to fucking skyrocket now.
And by the way, just people who don't listen to my show every day, just so you know, I do not consider it to be a pejorative term to call somebody a whore. If you are a woman and you are sexually empowered and you want to use your sexual abilities to better your life, yeah, you're a whore. But I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying good for you.
What's
love
her name
whore.
again?
Her name is Gabby. I don't know what her name is on OnlyFans, but she is a promiscuous woman who uses her sexuality to get what she wants. Okay? Right. That's a whore. I don't think whores are bad. Have I made that clear?
Loud and clear.
She's a whore. Let's say she's a whore.
Mhm.
All right, now guys, let me ask you this other thing. This is really what I want to get into because I'm a little bit older than you boys, and I still unfortunately am attracted to women who, aren't my age. But that's the worst part
Same
of
here.
it's the worst part about getting older, man.
Yeah.
When you realize that you are no longer attracted to anybody you went to high school with.
Oh man.
It's rough, man.
It's rough.
And if you're not handsome to begin with, like me, I mean, you are just shit out of luck. There is just never going to have good sex again without paying for it. That's just,
Womp, womp, womp.
just how it is. All right. So here's one of the big attacks that's coming on Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp is 56 years old. She is 23 years old. People are acting like this is awful and oh my God, this is so gross. And I'm like, dude, do you not realize we live in a country where our president is 30 years older than the first lady? What the fuck are we talking about?
Yep.
But all of a sudden it's a problem for Shannon Sharp. Goddamn White House. They
Yeah.
got one of these May-December relationships going, but now we got a problem with it.
I love Melania. She's great.
It's fucking hot as hell. Of course, Trump's locking that down. He was
Yeah.
like 60 or whatever when he met her. She's like
Mhm.
28. Come on. Nobody said a goddamn thing back then. Now we got a problem with Shannon Sharp. No, I mean, who do you think people like? Single men like Shannon Sharp. Who do you think they're dating? Do you
Exactly.
truly think they're dating 50-year-old women?
No.
Hell no.
No. They're going
Maybe.
after the young models, especially still in his prime, and he's on TV 24/7. He's
rich.
got he's got a successful podcast. I mean, he's well known. Yeah, he's definitely the highest age he will probably go after 25.
No, I bet you
No,
he'd
no,
date a woman in mid-30s. I
Yeah.
bet you he would go out with a woman in mid-30s. Yeah.
Yeah.
You tell me he'd turn down Joy Taylor? No, he's into that. But I think that when he's out there trolling, he's picking up cocktail waitresses, he's picking up bartenders, he's picking up girls in college because those are the ones who make themselves available to wealthy, powerful, and influential older men.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
his greatest crime is that he can get laid by younger women. That's it. They
That's it.
want to have sex with him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's handsome. He's wealthy. All of the dudes in these girls' age groups think that this chick is now awesome because she's sleeping with Shannon Sharp. You know what I mean? It's like a cachet thing.
Yeah. 100%.
We need to get this podcast going so we can be like Shannon Sharp.
That ain't never going to happen because we're ugly to begin
Yeah.
with. All right?
Damn it.
None of us-
We're absolutely screwed.
Shannon Sharp is a world-class athlete. Okay, we are not that. We don't have that kind of swag.
I'm
We
low
don't
class
have it.
athlete. Does that count?
I'm a pretty good bowler.
Yeah, that's not gonna find. You ever seen women pro bowlers? Me neither. Because nobody's ever taken pictures of them because there's no reason to.
I'm actually not even that good of a bowler. So,
Play some softball every once in a while.
like, man, we're not rich. We're not famous. We don't have a bunch of money. No muscles.
Nothing.
I want to bring this
No
up.
game.
I
no
want to bring
guy.
this up,
See,
and I need your help on this, Pugs. My boy over here, Keith. He is he's starting to worry me.
What?
why's that?
Tell Pugs what you eat on a daily basis.
Oh man. Look, I think honestly, I have a tapeworm the size of an anaconda in me because my appetite's through the roof and I can't gain a pound. I don't know what's going on.
He told me the other day what he ate on one day. I got definitely sick over it because it was just like too much food.
Okay, all right. So first of all, let's. How tall are you, Keith?
About 5'10", 5'11".
5'10". You're what? 78, 79 pounds.
Not
You're skinny. You're a skinny fucking dude. You are skinny. How much do you weigh?
About 145.
Okay, 145. So you're 5'10", 5'11", 145. Okay, so you are a skinny guy.
Yeah.
Hit me. Tell me your caloric intake for a day. Let's go.
Oh man, it's at least 3,500 to 4,000 calories a day.
Okay, let's
no
go.
shit. Okay, so I'll just go
Breakfast.
based off what I had yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday morning, I had 2 sausage McMuffins and 2 of the little burrito things from McDonald's. Okay.
4. So like 4 morning entrees.
Yeah, so that was breakfast. I had 2 bags of chips out of the vending machine. I had an ice cream sandwich, and then I went to lunch. I went to McDonald's again, I got a number 7 supersized with a Dr. Pepper, a 6-piece nugget, and 2 apple pies. Then I came home that night. I ate dinner. I had a big ass plate of tacos with beans and rice and the whole fixins. And about 30 minutes after that, I ate a sandwich. And then after that, I ate a pint of Dutch chocolate ice cream right before bed.
Dude, we're already, I'm just in my head. We're well over 5,000 calories at this point.
I'm not good with math, so I know it was up there, but yeah, it's
the pint of ice cream that you ate alone is like 1,500 calories or something.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong.
We got to find out what's happening to our boy over here.
Was it a diet Dr. Pepper?
Oh no.
And was it a large? Was it like a 32 ouncer?
Yeah, it was the big one.
Okay, it's like 500 calories in liquid alone.
Well, I don't know what's wrong. Look, I need to go to the doctor and figure this out. I think I have a high metabolism.
No, you don't. You don't. There's nothing wrong. That's fucking awesome. Why would you have any problem with this lifestyle? You get to indulge. You get to be a gourmand. You get to enjoy one of life's great pleasures, our food, without gaining any weight. You want to hear? I'll give you an example. You want to hear what I've had today? Are you ready? This is what I've eaten today. Okay, are you ready? Okay, nothing. I put nothing in my mouth except for fucking nicotine pouches and, Diet Coke and now water. I've eaten. This is how look at me. I'm a fat piece of shit. And this is how I live my life. I eat nothing until like 7 o'clock at night. Then I eat like 40 tacos, and then that's it. And then I don't eat anything. I'm like a goddamn walrus. I just gorge all at once and then sleep for 40 hours. And then, I gorge again. And I'm fucking now at a 38 waist. I was at a 36 and I thought that was good. I'm at a 38 now. I'm gaining weight. I'm eating one meal a day and you're indulging in like 10,000 calories every 12 hours. And you're super skinny. That fucking sucks, man.
I'm getting hungry right now just talking about this.
He's probably going to eat like another pint of ice cream before the night's over.
Oh, look, I haven't eaten dinner yet, so.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Me neither. I will probably go home tonight, and I don't know what I'm going to have tonight. But yeah, I'll ingest like 3,000, 4,000 calories in like one sitting. It will involve probably half a thing of Kroger ice cream. I will eat that. I will.
Shouldn't we be worried about our boy over here?
Let me tell you right now. This is the thing. All right, so how people, you see someone who's overweight and they struggle with their weight, right? And they want to lose weight so bad. Us skinny folks, we go through the same thing. I've been told I'm skinny my whole life, and I don't want to be skinny. I want to be, not big, but I want to look like, not like I'm on meth. Like I want to look, like.
We should get Dr. Now and have my skinny life instead of my 600-pound life.
175, 180. That's all I'm trying to get to, man. I need to pack on about 35 pounds.
Let me tell you something. As a fat kid who spent more than my fair share of time crying on the way home because somebody called me a blimp or something, fuck you. And it's hard being skinny. No, it's not. You know what? Let me tell you something. You at least had a shot with girls. That was like growing up. That was like the one thing that you couldn't be was fat. That's it. Whether you're a boy or a girl. If you're growing up and you're fat, fuck you. You are fucked. But if you are skinny and ugly, you're going to the dance. Your chick is going with you to the dance if you're skinny with a big nose and pimples. But no, cute, charming fat guy like me, I'm sitting at home on the couch wondering why no one will go anywhere with me.
I'm sorry. I take back what I said. I don't
feel sorry for your skinniness.
I'm just worried about him because he's trying to gain some weight and he can't do it. He's eating all this damn food. And
I drink muscle milks every day too. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what to do.
Just chowing on raw bricks of butter.
I told him, I said, one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be like 300 pounds. It's going to just like catch up to you.
Yeah. I used to eat 5 eggs every morning, but the egg prices through the roof.
Through the roof.
No, man, I don't think that's a problem at all. I think that I think if you do have a tapeworm, I think that's fun. I don't know what kind of damage it's gonna do. Just like you got a little ride along partner.
Yes.
You know.
Rather in my stomach than in my brain, you know? I
Yeah.
don't wanna have that worm in the brain.
And dude, what's he doing that's so wrong? He's allowing you to indulge. He is
Yeah.
allowing you to indulge. Although that doesn't make sense to me because it's like I don't get fat because I got a tapeworm. Well, why doesn't the tapeworm get fat?
That's what I'm saying.
Shouldn't the
That's weird.
tapeworm get fat inside of you, which would then, exponentially cause you to get larger?
Okay, I may not have a tapeworm. All right, you're right. I may have been wrong about that, but I do think I have like a thyroid issue or something.
Maybe.
You know, self-diagnosed, of course. I haven't been to the doctor.
But doesn't that work in the other way?
I don't
Like the
know.
thyroid issue means you're really fat because your thyroid isn't producing the amount of what do they call that? Whatever your thyroid produces, that whatever. I don't know. I think your thyroid is probably supercharged. That's what's going on.
I need to slow down. I don't know what I got to do. I'm gonna have to just break down and go to the doctor.
You
Or
stay
I
away
just
from
say, "Fuck it."
McDonald's is what you need to do.
No, but look, man. Here's the thing. It's not always just McDonald's too. I love Jack in the Box and Wendy's and all the fast food places. Not trying to rub it in, fellas. I'm just saying.
I bet your heart. I bet your heart is just absolute garbage, though.
Don't say that, man.
Like you got no fat on you, but you just burger after burger and fat after fat and all of this shit you're just pumping in there.
Oh yeah.
You've got the heart of like Jackie Gleason. I don't know. I was trying to think of a fat old guy. All right, fellas, I'm done. Are you done? We're done. This has been the show.
I gotta
Yeah,
eat.
I'm good.
You gotta go eat.
He's gonna
There
go
he
eat now.
goes. All right, that's hey, look, guess what? We can play the theme out. Oh my god! And stuff. I think.
We'll see you guys next week.
I gotta eat.
I'm gonna leave you guys on just to make it awkward.
Oh, come on.
We're making a mark in this shock.